Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and I am going to be showing you my weekly emergency pantry stock up haul. I shopped at 2 stores this week. My challenge was to spend $25 to see how much I could get, and I kind of went back to the basics. So some items that I think that you should have in your prepper pantry. Of course, all families are different, so get what your family's actually going to eat. Make sure you're stocking up on items that your family enjoys. After the haul, I am going to show you some of these basics and how you can put them together. Stay tuned for this week. I have an interesting video coming. I'm going to take one ingredient and I'm going to show you 5 to 10 ways how to use it, if that makes sense. So for instance, the first video will be chickpeas. I'm going to show you different recipes, different ways you can use a chickpea. So I'd love it if you would drop something in the comments and tell me some ingredients that you're stumped on that you really would love to use up, or maybe some ingredients that are pretty cheap at the grocery store that you'd like to use but you're unsure of how to use it. So drop those in the comment box and I will make a video on them. So without further ado, we are going to get right into this stock up haul. If you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Tori. I am a wife, mother of 2, and now a stay-at-home mom. It is the summertime here in northern Colorado, and we are really trying to stock up our prepper pantry. We're doing this because of inflation. We actually are losing a salary this year, so we need to stock up while we can before things get out of control in prices, before things leave the shelves. Not to be daunting, but if you're not prepping, I really think you should start, at least get a handle on some of these items. So I'm gonna get you turned around, show you what we got, and I'm going to show you what you can do with these items. Okay, the kids are settled. I am down in my prepper pantry, kind of putting the things away that I got. If you are new here, I eat a plant-based diet. My family eats the standard American diet. If it ever came down to it, of course, I would eat the standard American diet. I would not let myself starve, and vice versa. If there wasn't meat or dairy, my family wouldn't be starving because we can eat rice and beans. We can live off of things like that. So if it's not in your diet now and it's something that you're skeptical about, I mean, I would get it going. I don't know. I've never come to the point of hunger. I'm fortunate enough to say that, but I really suggest that you find some of these really simple meals, these plant-based rice and beans or a simmer sauce, but this is easy. It does not have to be complicated. I hear it all the time. Vegans spend way too much on food. Not true. Vegans, don't have a lot of flavor. Another one, not true. If anything, we have a lot of flavor because we have some veggies that we like to flavor up. But this is what I got. I went to the Dollar Tree and $1.25 tree, and we went to King Soopers. We went to 2 different places because some of my typicals were more expensive at one place, and sometimes you could get more at another place. So before anyone makes any comments, like I say, every single week these videos draw in people that have never been on the channel. Please check out some videos before you make any judgments on these ingredients or anything like that, because every family is different. Every individual is different. I get comments that maybe this ingredient will give you this and this ingredient will give you that. Well, that could be true, but right now, we are stocking up on a budget, and this is what we got. And I did forget to mention that my Amazon order came in. I like to make a lot of botanicals. I will link some videos down below that you can check out. But if you buy things in bulk on Amazon, then you are set. You can buy it anywhere, honestly. But Castile soap, we use this for just about everything. I mean, it really is 18 in 1, and then some. We use this for a lot of things. Then we have mango butter and shea butter. I use both for different kinds of things. It really depends on what you enjoy. Shampoos, body lotions, baby lotions, homemade sunblock, if you're into that kind of thing. And then coconut oil. We cook with it and we use it for botanicals. I wanted to include this in here because I do get a lot of questions about you don't have shampoo, you don't have conditioner. Well, I guess it's like the least of our worries. We would use just one universal thing, and that would be the Dr. Bronner's. All right, next up, sauces, simmer sauces, spices. You need it. I really think it's important when flavoring items so you don't get sick of something. We love Indian simmer sauces. These are getting pricier and pricier by the day, so scoop them up now. I can't see them going any lower, but these are $4.49 right now. I got that for $3.79 for, how many ounces is this? It is vegan. 12 and a half ounces, so not a lot for $3.79 in my opinion. Could you make your own curry sauce? Sure, but you could do this too. Pasta sauce, the Hunt's pasta sauce is definitely going to be cheaper at your Kroger, your local grocery store, because right now it is at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, whereas this was 88 cents. And then clam chowder. We love soups like this because we can bulk them up. Clam chowder is like a base for us, so we could add chickpeas and potatoes to it. You could add some sort of kale and maybe even some chicken if your family enjoys it. You could toss this in some pasta, something to bulk it up and make it stretch. You could put this in rice. You could add extra beans. You could add carrots. There's just so many different things that you could do with a base of soup. If you don't like clam chowder, get a veggie, get a beef and veggie, get a ham and bean. There's just so many on the market. Over here we have picante salsa. Well, this is a sauce actually, but it's more of a salsa to me. I love this for just about anything, but it's really yummy mixed with rice and beans. You guessed it. So I suggest getting some salsa. You could also just make your own and freeze it too. That is an option. We have it all here. We have a lot of options when it comes to the food that we eat. Now, we have the Hunt's diced basil, garlic, and oregano. I have a visitor creeping in here very slowly. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Okay. I like to blend this and just mix it with zucchini, carrot, any sort of extra veggie that I can. Sweet potato is really good with this, and then add it to my lasagnas and pastas and things of that nature. I was on the hunt for some sauerkraut, but came across some artichoke hearts. I love artichoke hearts. You can do this in a variety of dishes. My favorite way though lately is to kind of deep fry them, but I bake mine, but you could deep fry them. I just put them in some almond milk with a little bit of lemon juice to make a buttermilk, and then I put it in cornflakes or saltines, something that can be made into a crust. I've grinded up corn tortillas before and made that into like a breading or crust, whatever you want to call it, but that's super yummy. Next up is going to be enchilada sauce. We love enchilada sauce. You can make your own, of course, but it is really nice to have these cans. Someone suggested in the last video, I went and got 2 more of these, that you could freeze it, and you could if you don't use this big can, so that's a great idea as well. And then over here, we did get 2 chunk light cans of tuna. I always like to have some sort of protein in these hauls. Again, we're protein obsessed. I'm not a nutritionist, but definitely look into that. I feel like the world right now is just so like, where are you going to get your protein? Well, that's all I'm going to say on it. But the light tuna, you can get that. You can get canned chicken. You can get canned beans. There's so many ways that you can get protein. Potatoes have protein in them, but it's up to you. Over here, we have this seasoning sauce. Last time I included this little bouillon, people lost it. There's MSG in it. I know. I mean, MSG is in just about everything. It is essentially sodium. It's a huge migraine trigger for me personally, so I won't be using this, but my family likes some flavor, and everything in moderation. Honestly, everything in moderation works. So it's up to you. I did not feel too strongly about MSG in the past. It was kind of like, take it out of the diet, but when you find things on sale that your family will enjoy, why not? I got the Knorr sides here. Now, these used to be 27 cents. They're up at 52 cents. I am grabbing them as much as I can. It comes with the seasoning, and it comes with your noodle or pasta of choice. The great thing is, though, this is kind of like the clam chowder where you can just add just about everything. Everything that I said about the clam chowder, you can add here. And then over here, I love picking these up from the Dollar Tree, the Saffron Road chickpea masalas. There's different kinds, but these are $1.25. Generally, at a grocery store, they'd be $4.49 around this area because it's an ethnic food. So I don't know. They're really delicious. I love Indian food. It really just depends on your flavor preference, but These are medium. I like to add them to rice, add extra chickpeas, sweet potato, broccoli, and call it a huge curry. I mean, it can last us a week if I make it the right way. They are just amazing in flavor. I really love this brand. Next up, I always get the trifecta. We get rice, we get beans, and then we get another grain. Last week, I got bulgur wheat. This week, I got more quinoa. I like both. There are definitely other things that you could get. Couscous, you could get a pasta or something like that, but quinoa is a staple and it's going up in price, so grab it now. I am not claiming to predict the future, but I am just assuming that prices are going to get more out of hand. Another one, pinto beans. I love pinto beans. I kind of go to all different kinds of beans. I do dried garbanzo beans, dried black beans. We do white beans. We do kidney beans. There's a lot. Great northern beans. I'm not going to sit here and list all the beans for you, but there are so many different flavors that you could do with the pinto beans. Next up, long grain rice. We don't get brown rice anymore just because it can go rancid and we don't like it. So we're not going to get that. The long grain rice is really tasty. Again, this is something that I switch up. I can do jasmine rice. I rarely do sushi rice just because, I mean, we do eat a lot of sushi, but the long grain rices are what we like the best when it comes to sushi bowls, but we love the Thai jasmine rice. It's very, very tasty. So I'm going to get this put away. I hope this gave you some ideas. I'm really hoping you got some ideas of what you can put together. All right, I'm about to show you the meals, but I'm checking in on the kids. This has nothing to do with meals or a pantry haul, but if you have toddlers, grab some canvas and these bingo daubers. You could even get them at the Dollar Tree and let them go to town and create art. It is so inexpensive, and you could even get canvas at a thrift store and paint over it. Really, whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to be a canvas. Oh, it could be paper if you wanted, but let me make sure they're set up, and then I'm going to show you some pantry meals you can put together. Okay, I'm back down here again. So I have everything still set out, and I kind of want to just go over one basic rule of thumb for me, making things stretch. I get a lot of comments saying that my dishes are unique. That is from, the last 12 years of making things work on a budget. I have been on a budget my entire life. My family was built for savings. My dad and I get a thrill of savings when it comes to food. We could spend hours in grocery stores. Our significant others are probably annoyed by that by now. But anyways, I have one rule of thumb, and that is to make things stretch. So essentially what you need is to get creative. If you have something in your cabinets that you're unsure of, drop it in the comments. I will create a meal for you. I really do enjoy doing that. You might give me a little bit of time. I try and comment back to everyone that comments on my channel, so that is a positive comment. But basically, rice and beans and something to get it flavored. So rice, beans, enchilada sauce is really tasty. I did say flavor. You could wrap those up if you wanted in some tortillas to make them last a little longer. You could add TVP, which is texturized vegetable proteins. You could add ground beef. You could add canned chicken. If you had it in the budget and you have some dairy in the freezer or the refrigerator, you could put that into these and make a green enchilada if you wanted to, but I feel like I'm yammering on. I apologize. There are many things that you can do with just rice, beans, and a simmer. Next up is going to be just a simmer itself, and then adding vegetables to it. Broccoli, sweet potatoes last a long time. Onion and potatoes actually are really great to add to things because they add flavor and they're cheap. I keep in my prepper pantry year round. I do sweet potatoes down there. I just wait until my farm stand puts them on sale with winter squashes, and they last for around 6 to 8 months on my shelves. We were still eating sweet potatoes yesterday from something that I bought in October. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And then you could add some extra, some extra tomato if you wanted to, some acidity, if that makes sense. So you have your simmer, you have your acidity, and then just adding those veggies. You could add quinoa to that if you wanted. Say you have some meat in the freezer, You could add that to this, but it's not something that has to be rice-based or grain-based. You're still getting plenty of protein since a lot of people love that, and you're getting some flavor from those tomatoes and the simmer sauce. Next step is going to be just your basics. So you could take a can of tuna, you could take a can of beans, can of chicken, add some flavoring to it and maybe some breadcrumbs that you saved up and make little patties. They can go into sandwiches. If you're doing chicken, you could do buffalo chicken, little burgers if you wanted. If you have eggs on hand, you could throw that in there to make it thick. You could also, I use this all the time because I'm a plant-based eater, but if you have ground flax, if you mix that with water, it creates a thickener and you can add that to just about everything. I mean, I wouldn't do this here, but there's also applesauce to replace an egg. There's bananas. I'm missing a bunch, but there's plenty of ways that you can create a binder or a thickener without using an egg. So I always make little cakes in any form. Honestly, it's constant. So that is my next up thing. When it comes to artichoke hearts, I kind of wanted the sauerkraut like I was telling you, but we didn't have any. The store didn't have any, but I always like to have something fermented. I find that really helpful. So the artichoke hearts we already went over. You can crisp them up and dip them in the curry sauce. The curry can be mixed with long green rice. Plenty of things to do with that. And then pasta sauce, I'm not going to get complicated with you. Just put it on some pasta. If you're gluten-free, go ahead and add whatever you're doing to that. But I've seen recently oats. It's a joke on my channel. I'm not a fan of oats, but I really love savory things, so I'm going to try it. It's going to be one of those videos that I do, 1 ingredient, 5 ways or 5 to 10 ways. But I've seen savory pizza oats done, and I'm excited. I think it's possible. You're gonna need not too many ingredients, and Hunt's pasta sauce is the star of the show for some reason. So you mix this with oats and make savory pizza oats. You can add cheese to it, pepperoni, I believe, but I heard it was good, so we shall see. And on the topic of oats, you can grind those down, make oat flour, and make it into a pizza crust, or I've made pizza pancakes before, but sauce is pretty basic in our family. I went over what you can do with clam chowder. I kind of went into depth with that. And then the salsa always is really just something as a topper for us, something to add flavor, but that is about it. I hope this gave you some ideas. Let me know in the comments down below any questions you want to see. And please, if you're stumped on any ingredients in your pantry, I really do enjoy putting together meals for you. So drop those down as well. All right, my friends, that is going to do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed everything that I showed you today, the haul, and some ideas of how you can use these items. If you are new here, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button. I never really remember to remind people to do that, but it really helps me. Even if you drop an emoji or a thumbs up in the comments, that helps as well. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. I will see you this week for some fun new videos. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.